Yo, what's up, you guys? So, I don't think I need to describe how epic of a chapter this was, and I think, in my opinion, probably the best chapter of the year thus far. And what makes it so epic is not just the fact that it's Luffy versus Sanji, it's the emotional pattern it gives you while reading this chapter. We've had feels this art, rarely emotional moments like this, and a lot of people can compare it to Usopp versus Luffy, how the entire crew reacted, how emotional it was. More importantly, even though the circumstances of the end, you can obviously pinpoint the fact that it's pretty much the same feels you this chapter. Even to the crew, not make sure Straw Hats didn't get taken out by busted on, even though he didn't kick Luffy in the face like Sanji did. Now, and that's another thing too. A lot of people can say it's a fight. The bottom line is Luffy didn't put the fight. And I explain why this was character development for Luffy. But obviously Sanji, he didn't hold back at all. He starts the fight off with, if you want to call it that, he starts it off with the Diablo Jumbo right to the face of Luffy. I mean, he was hockey throughout the entire thing because Luffy was in a bad way. So, and despite I think why I kind of stress the crew not being there because I would love to know how Zoro reacted or Robin reacted if they stood there and heard the exact same thing that Luffy and Nami heard from Sanji over the previous two chapters, how they reacted. Can you imagine how Zoro would have reacted if he heard that? He would have killed Sanji. Probably. But now, and in time, Nami as well. It pissed her off as well. At the start, she was crying. By midway, she was pissed. Because obviously, a lot of people say whether the hardcore Sanji fans or not, you had to admit how Sanji was reacting is kind of over the top. A lot of people reacted like Nami did in that. If they were in the same circumstances, again, just how impactful the emotional aspect of this chapter was, more than just a fight. The fact that Luffy didn't fight back is not just Luffy himself. It's Luffy's character because it just shows how Luffy trusts his Nakama to the point that he knows that Sanji he's being forced into this, and that's the reason why Luffy doesn't believe what that Sanji says, nor does he fight back because of it. So a lot of people can say this is why Luffy is probably one in the top three characters. A lot of people favorite characters in One Piece. It's like chapters like this. Now the difference between Luffy and Nami, and this is not is the fact that Luffy has more trust in their Nakama than probably anybody else in the group. If I take that much beat him and still say by the end, listen, I'm not going anywhere. I don't want to be fed by any other cut than you. It's the Nakama bond. It's the Nakama trust that Sanji deep down he doesn't want to sever, but given the circumstances, we know what's going on. So I think that makes it even worse. Given the circumstances, the problem is, that must make a point. No matter what the circumstances, you are going over the line, and that if it wasn't Nami, Sanji would have killed Luffy if he kept on kicking, and Sanji didn't walk away. Because Nami said, "Listen, stop what you're doing, Sanji. You will." Okay. What does that tell you about? What does that tell you about how Nami feels about Luffy? Everything's perspective. From the moment that Sanji left the crew to go to Whole Island, Nami and Luffy and the Nami, what happened? Nami Luffy sorry about Sanji, all that. Now, when they decided who's going to separate and go who's going to go to Wano and who's going to go to Whole Cake Island, the very first person who says, "I'm going with you, Luffy," is Nami. And she doesn't make up some bullshit excuse. She doesn't say, "Oh, I'm going like Brooke or Chopper did. I'm not going with you because you need a musician. I'm not going with you because you need a doctor." No. Nami said, "Listen, I feel responsible, so I'm going with you." So and fast forward to where we are right now with Nami, and Nami's been a keep in this entire arc, with the fact of play and everything, and she mentioned how Luffy doesn't, he's not 100% because he spent all night fighting Waka. One of the top man is a big mom. Now, Luffy goes and says, "There's no excuses. I'm not fighting back." And so again, it just adds emotions. There's nothing to say. Listen, after she could also try and find Sanji, her say, "We'll leave if that's what you want." In order to make sure that Luffy doesn't suffer anymore, that goes. It's lack of character development, or you can say that's ultimate character development. It's a kind of that bond between Nami and Luffy. What does that tell you? The fact she cares about Luffy over Sanji, the fact that she doesn't want Luffy to get hurt anymore. Again, this is a golden chapter. Stuff like that. Many people may realize she left the crew and how she reacted when Usopp tried to leave the crew and fought Luffy. The fact that she actually slapped the fight was over with. That goes to show you that how pissed off, how much character changed a little bit. Now, what's most interesting about this is Luffy as a good to the one when Luffy says, "Listen," when Sanji's trying to walk away, he said, "Listen." Luffy says to Sanji, "I'm not the only one in this much pain." So you can kind of tell that Sanji, and by the end, he's kind of bawling his eyes out and breaking down. Nami begins to as well, despite how she reacted. This is why I'm kind of curious how anybody else in the crew would react as well. And I think Nami's the choice to go with Luffy. Now, I did mention that Nami was going to be the one to interrupt the wedding. I don't know if that's still going to be the case, but the thing that these two chapters have done is make this entire arc not as predictable as what we thought it'd be, because nobody expected Luffy versus Sanji from the get-go, and nobody expected the kind of reaction from Nami. Usually, together and just walk away, just to make sure that nobody else got hurt. More importantly, Luffy didn't get hurt. But Luffy being Luffy and not buying any. I'm not going anywhere. It's like he was as attack. Now he's attacking his cup because he realizes that everybody starts matter who they are, all the circumstances. So, but the problem is this: Sanji, if he wants to, because he's handcuffed, and so that's the other part of the problem as well. So a lot of people are going to judge Sanji on this chapter, and rightfully so. But with hardcore Sanji fan or not, whether you want to give him achievement for taking all the L's, in my opinion, this chapter belongs to Luffy. Because when he reacted, the way he trusted his Nami, and the way he's not willing to give up on Sanji, in a way, it kind of reminds me of how the Sasuke and Naruto fight from part 1. From this, Naruto won't go away from Sasuke no matter what he said, no matter what he did. It's kind of the same thing here, although Luffy's got to change. Luffy. Now, I don't know if they're going to get word how he's handcuffed and the situation he's in, or whether or not that matters. Because like he said, doesn't matter what the circumstances are. The fact he's willing to go that far just to cut ties with his life. Again, it's kind of different from how she reacted when Usopp left the crew and Robin tried to leave the crew as well. So, you tell me, in his character development, I guess for Nami and Luffy, Sanji not so much. It's a win for Sanji. No, Luffy, the fight is not what made this chapter epic. It was the emotional aspect of this chapter. The One Piece. I mean, it's had epic moments, but not emotional aspects like this. So, for it to do that is a testament to Oda. Great chapter. I can't add any more to how epic this chapter was.